All right, hi everybody. We're here for another Sunday of dueling with Gundam. Oh, okay. I shouldn't really say that. All right, this is episode 9. More than a childhood friend, but not true love. Mobile Suit Gundam, which for Mercury. By the way, I should add the title of this episode was similar to another anime this week, having to do with students pretending to be married. But I digress. I don't want this to be a rant. I think this Gundam series has potential. I do see potential. I see it. But this series is vastly different from the rest of the Gundam library. Every Gundam series you've seen, one way or the other, you've seen it about. Now, mind you, there was another Gundam series that did this. G. However, G is not the same because G involved individual countries that was represented by a Gundam and they were fighting each other. And the winner of that tournament had the right to rule the universe. This is just a bunch of kids at school. Okay. Now, like I said before, I do see potential. I see potential in this show. But this is the third duel. Now, I will say this much. Zeppeli, he's not the one who incited this duel. Is Mercury. And why? Oh, I don't trust him, and I don't want to give my company to him. What? I don't know why she thinks that. I guess because he's a I don't know. It just seems the whole episode just seemed so ridiculous. This episode was obviously, as I said, was called. Now next week's episode is going to be called Circling Thoughts. Overall, how this went. Plus, it doesn't really add any more to this conversation. The duel's a team battle. And I'm like, half the people that were on their side were taken out. And this is another complaint I have. Listen. Okay. I'll buy it. These people, led by Zeppeli and his team, they found some way to turn off. They had anti-Gundam technology. I don't know. They had anti-Gundam technology, and they were able to turn it off. But then, during the battle, during this duel, Solana was able to get back on track and reactivate it somehow. She took control of the Gundam, basically. So it went from being red to blue. And she cleaned house. But of course, they got the better of her. First of all, what the hell are these machines that they have? Are they that state of the art? Maybe, okay. They are probably. I'll give them that. Okay. But you see, the bare bones of this episode is just, this dude, Zeppeli, and Marine, they're childhood friends. And that's what this was. That's what this whole thing was about. And no offense to the writer of this Code Geass writer, but come on. This is not Code Geass. Okay? I'm sorry. I really am. I guess he's probably the guy. He did the script for Code Geass. That's all good. This is not Code Geass. This is Gundam. Okay? Now, I'm not saying the show's bad, but the duels are getting ridiculous. This is the second time I'm talking about this. And I don't want to harp on it. I don't want to make this a rant. But these duels eat up the show. Whole episode about the duel. And then, okay, we're done with that. We move on to something else. And the duel is like, it's not even, these duels, they're circled around things that are just, I don't see the appeal. Now, mind you, the first duel was Gruel and getting Mercury as his bride and all that jazz, fighting against Soletta for this. That was the first one. Second one was Elin clone, and he wanted the Gundam for himself, and he's part of it. And now this guy. And you know what pissed me off about this episode? They already claimed what the stakes were. And the most majority of the episode was basically them negotiating with Maureen. And she said no. I will duel you. I'm like, what is the matter with you? He's negotiating. Oh, because you didn't like his terms? There's no reason for that. It just seems like they did it for heaven's sake because they're childhood friends. But anyway, it was silly. But the duel itself, it was... I'm at a loss for words, to be honest. And then halfway through, Zeppeli's walking past Soletta, and he's like, I'm gonna take Mary to your Gundam. Dude, that's not part of the deal, okay? Why the hell are you saying that shit? That's not part of the deal. You get the company, not the Gundam. Hello? I'm sorry I'm harping on this, but there's just these things in this show that just creep up, and I'm like, what's going on here? What is the point of saying that? I don't... And there's just this... Listen, I personally think it stems from their parents. That's another whole thing I really don't want to bring up. But majority of the episode was good. I just feel like the duels are oversaturating this show. Oversaturating it. Now, I know we're getting a second core in spring. Fine. That's understandable. But I feel like it's oversaturating at this point. Now, the duel itself was pretty good. They got shitted on, but it was good to see that Soletta, when they turned off her Gundam's anti-gun, and it was like, oh, she's still fighting. Like, they're like shocked, and she cleared house of most of the mobile suit that they had. And he's going, oh, I'm gonna kill you now. No, what's her face was on the side, the one with the pinky, and shot him in the head. His mobile suit in the head, and they won. And then there's like this meeting between him and her and Maureen, and he's like, oh, I should have taken your hand, and she's like, too little, too late. Hit the road, douchebag. Well, she didn't say douchebag, but overall, I thought it was a good episode. But I'm giving this a 9 out of 10. I really should be giving it a 7 out of 10 because the thing is, this plot is becoming like this. A circle that we keep going around and around and around and around. Enough. Enough with these duels. It is meaningless. Okay? Meaningless. We had a duel. Okay, we had to duel with Gruel because of Mary. Okay, fine. That's fine. Okay, Elin comes into play. That's fine. But this duel here should not have happened. And if we have another duel before the final episode, I'm calling BS. I'm sorry, guys, but this show it needs to stop with the dueling. Okay, sorry, Code Geass. This ain't Code Geass. I mean, and listen, I know also part of this is the guy who did Rutina, and I'm okay with that. But this dueling, constantly. And you know, it's stupid because here's the thing. 2 guys dueled her by herself. And let's be perfectly honest here. If Zeppeli dueled her by himself, he would have been shitted on. Because that technology he did was in tandem with his team. So, point being is, and I know I'm sounding off like I'm having a rant here, but I don't want it to be a rant, but I feel like The dueling needs to stop. Let this show freaking breathe, please. Enough with the dueling. And you know what's probably going to happen? We're going to have another duel. It's probably going to be Gruel against his brother or some crap with his father. The other thing I want to bring up, last thing, I know it seems like I'm a brand, but I give it a 9 out of 10, but the opening. I am going to call Mercury's father the biggest freaking hypocrite if I find out that he's involved with those mobile suits that are behind him in the opening. Because those mobile suits, as far as I know, are Gundams. But we'll wait until we get to that point. If I get dislikes on this, I really don't give a shit. But it's just the dueling, it's oversaturating the show. It's oversaturating it. We're getting to a point where, okay, can we just stop? Can we let the show breathe? We got 3 more episodes of the first core. Let it breathe, for Christ's sake. Let's continue on and see what's going on here. But this is Bankai 922. Tomorrow's Bleach and Tuesday's Chainsaw. Tuesday's going to be... I better get some medication or something for that, though. It's going to be crazy. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.